Happy Monday. Welcome to askrho. I didn't even go back to look at which askrho this is. I'll put the number that it is in the description below. But it's something up there because I haven't done an askrho in so long. So it is a pleasure to say hello. I put out a question maybe a week ago or a week and a half ago asking you guys what you might want to know. I'd like to engage you a little bit more often than I have been. So I have one askrho question in particular that I'm going to address today. And then there's a Freedom Papers question, and that's going to come on a Friday coming up. So don't you worry, I'm going to get to that question as well. But today, let's see what we got. Okay, this is from Thaddeus Summers. What up, Thaddeus? The music industry has changed since you begun. If you had to start over, how would your approach change to get your foot in the industry? That's a great question. How would my approach change? Okay. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, I would use the tools, of course, that are available to us now. Social media was not birthed yet. So I would definitely take advantage of that as far as, how often I posted. A lot of people will refer to your tribe, the people who support you, getting those people rounded up, figuring out who they are and speaking to them and staying in contact with them and delivering whatever my gift is to them as often as I could or as often as I felt comfortable. Well, sometimes we can't do what's comfortable. We have to challenge ourselves and definitely step out of our boundaries. But I would definitely use social media in some way, shape, or form to connect with that audience. And that makes, what we do, if you're in this industry in particular or any industry for that matter, it does give you a lot more access than we had before. The foundation, though, of approaching the business for me wouldn't change much. To me, it starts with passion. You have to love what you do, especially in the entertainment industry, especially in any industry that's asking for your creativity and, quite possibly you wear your vulnerability on your sleeves, because it's something that's coming from the heart. You got to love it because there are people who are not going to love it and they're going to tell you about it. And you don't want their opinion of whatever you do to stop you from continuing until you see the results that you set out to get. Um, I would go to local theater, get that foundational stuff in. I think that because we live in such a fast paced society now, and a lot of things are instant gratification, people expect things now, 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 you know? And back in the day, people worked hard and they knew that they were working towards something and they were willing to be patient in order to get it because that was the kind of rule of thumb. You work hard and then you get it. But because we get things so quickly now, I think a lot of people forget about that aspect of it. And they don't realize that when you are working hard and you do put in those years or you put in whatever amount of time is required in order for you to master what you're doing or in order for you to really tap into the magic of what you have to offer, that's powerful. That's what keeps you going. That's what gives you the foundation to keep going. That's what keeps you strong when you're feeling a little weak about how you're doing or the success that you're not seeing yet. Um, you know, those are the things that I would think never change. Passion, working hard on what you do, being willing to adapt. That's always a tough thing to have to entertain. I have to adapt to what's happening right now. You don't have to, but it would behoove you to adapt because life is ever changing. It's ever evolving, and even though the core of you will be who you are, like get in touch with the core of you, your authentic self, and how you can deliver your gift through your authentic self. But being able to adapt to the tools that people are using in order to either receive or to give it. And yeah, I mean, I was about to go into some other things that I would do in order to get things out there, but you asked me more specifically, what would I change in getting to to be a part of the business, I would stick with my passion and work on it all the time as much as I can. Me personally, I vocalize every day. I mean, pretty much every day I am creating the time and the space. My jewelry's twisted. Creating the time and the space to vocalize. And that's keeping my muscles strengthened and strong. And sometimes I want to go listen to some new artists with some fresh vocals and a fresh approach to a song just to keep me fresh. You feel me? For more, I would always remember that there's room to grow and keep working on my craft even when you start to see some success. Then a lot of the times you might start slacking off. That's exactly when we don't need to slack off, and I have definitely experienced that, where I'm like, okay, I could chill a little bit, and you can, but if you want to build on that momentum, take that momentum and build on it, and eventually you will meet the right people. Operate in some integrity. Say what you mean what you say. um, do the things that people would respect and would make them want to work with you. Work on your interpersonal skills. We think that that's not a part of, possibly, maybe you're not putting the importance on that, but that's so important. There are people who are so talented that are not working because people don't want to work with them. So working on your interpersonal skills is important. Developing who you are is important because that can be put into your artwork as well. So I would approach it from that way. And I think all of those things are just like old school. You feel me? The only new school thing suggested is to definitely take advantage of the new tools today, which is social media, being able to adapt to that and bring your authentic self through your art to that medium. So I hope that helps you. If it didn't, just holler back at your girl and throw another question in my box. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. I intend to talk to you guys a little bit more often than not. And I've got some really, really cool stuff coming up. Some products that I've been developing. I'm getting some of my coaching tools together. So you got some more stuff coming from Robeezy very, very soon. Until then, all the best.